Hey everybody, welcome. What's up, Ed? Another crazy day in the market. Oil hit $116, so up 7.5%. So I'm glad I bought ET. I wish I bought more oil stocks. Do you think it could hit 200? I think it might. I really do. And after hours trading, hey Chris. These are the big gainers. I'm not too familiar with most of these companies. Lear's up a lot. Lear's up 19%. And Biden said something about banning Russian oil after the market closed. Yeah, a lot of countries are banning Russian everything. So it's going to create a real shortage, a supply shortage. So that's going to it's going to really benefit, I guess, all the oil and gas companies because they could charge more now. Prices keep going up. Let's see. Planet Fitness is up 11.5% after hours. Hey, Erico. I thought it was everything except oil and gas. What's up, Jen? M. Taylor. I don't know. I didn't really hear exactly what Biden was banning. You think it's everything except oil and gas. That's possible. And then these are the stocks that are down. I did a video on Teleflex a really long time ago. And for the longest time, it was my least viewed video for like years. Well, like a year. But it's been getting more views lately. Kimco Realty, I did a video on them. They're down 4.5% after hours. Eli Lilly is down over 7%. Everybody's losing money. So it's painful. So unless you have oil stocks, you're probably losing a lot. Or maybe gold. But Apple is reporting earnings today. I don't know if they beat earnings or not. Of course. Well, this is January 27th. Does anybody know if Apple released their earnings? I think they were supposed to report today, right? Meta's brutal earnings report helps explain its metaverse shift. Yeah, I don't know if they reported. Apple announced March 4th, 9 a.m. So it looks like they did release earnings. It's so hard to find these things. I guess this is the most recent earnings. Yeah, I guess this website's not correct that I get this from, because I could have sworn it said Apple was reporting today. Oh, I see. Okay, I see how it works. It's just a meeting, their annual general meeting. Okay, I didn't realize it put non-earnings things on here. Okay, that makes sense. This is how you learn, right? By doing these things. So Novartis and Apple are not reporting earnings. So there's not many. I guess Friday, most companies don't report. It's probably not a common day because the market's closing for the weekend. Most companies probably report during the week sometime. So Jack in the Box is reporting. I don't know if anybody follows Jack in the Box. Did anybody eat at Jack in the Box? They did beat. Was this? I don't know. Okay, forget about it. It looks like no one's really reporting earnings. These general meetings, whatever that means. I don't even know what that means. So the big gainers, there was a lot of BTU. I know people were talking about this the past few days. It keeps going up. It went up 15% today. And PBF Energy, a midstream company. It seems like it keeps going up, BTU. Wow. I hope you guys have been buying it. Okay. Look at that. It's shot up so much. It almost doubled in like 2 weeks. There was really good jobs reports. Jobs went up like 700,000 for February. I'm waiting for the ticker on the bottom. I put the numbers in a ticker. So jobs went up 678,000 in February, and it was 423,000 expected. That's like the most jobs in a month in a really long time, in like years. Unemployment is really low now. It used to be over 10%. But the market still went down today because of the Russia-Ukraine war. I bought a couple of months ago, less than 10. Yeah, I wish I got more oil stocks. I should have. But the thing is, you don't want to wait too long because oil is cyclical, like any commodity. It can't go up indefinitely. It has to come down. It's not like a company stock can continuously go up over time. You know, it'll come down a little, but over time it will go up if it's a good company like Apple, Microsoft. But with oil, it's going to come down at some point. Like it can't just go up forever. So you want to take in the gains. They did well yesterday, T. Rowe Price. Oh, no, did they go down yesterday? I guess they went down yesterday. It's down a lot since, but that's like almost every stock, right? They're all down like a ton. And most stocks are back to their pre-COVID levels. Like this, exactly where it was pre-COVID. See, COVID, it dropped below 100. Then for some reason, everything shut up. And now everything's back to where it was pre-COVID. Except Apple. Apple just keeps going up. It hasn't really dropped at all. That's the hard part is, yeah, you want to sell out, but when do you sell? Like, I think this is oil, or I don't know exactly what April 22 is, but let's pretend this is oil. And like if you caught it, like if you started buying here, like around when it was falling to like 90, 80, and it kept falling, you'd be upset. But once it started coming up, you'd be excited. But you don't make any money if you kept holding it, because it would have came right back down. So you have to somehow, I don't know how, but you'd have to somehow have the foresight to sell some when it's over here. You don't have to sell it all, but at least take in some gains, because it will go down. Oil, it can't go up forever. It's not like a stock or a normal investment. It's cyclical. Like if you bought it anytime above this line, you're pretty much never gonna see you might never see a gain. Although it looks like oil's coming back, so it might actually break through this level. Exactly. You can use options. It's hard. I second guess myself, because sometimes I use options and then I end up like killing myself, because like okay, here's 10 years of oil. Right, like if you started, say you picked up oil around 60, or even lower. If you saw it get to 80, you would get concerned and you can either, cover yourself with options. But if you sell off options and it goes to 200, you'll kill all your upside. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways to do it. I guess with a commodity, you want to take in some of your profits, but maybe not all of them. Maybe leave some on the table. But I know with options, I definitely lost a lot of upside before by selling covered calls. But who knows? The stock could have went down. And when it does go down the stock and I sell covered calls, I feel I'm a genius, right? Because I made money. But when it goes the other way, I never forget it, and I'm always upset about that situation. RSI, I don't really use the RSI too much. Relative strength index. Maybe I should use these things. There's just so many things to look at, like so many indicators. Or yeah, let's see if anything moved a lot today. Occidental Petroleum up 18%. Where do you find if it's underboard or overboard? Overboard. Like what website do you use? Because sometimes I want to see how much of a stock is shorted. So I look on one website, it says it's shorted 10%. Then I go to another website, it's 30%. Then I go to another website, it's 60%. So I'm like, I don't even know which one I should be looking at. So that's why I kind of like rig. I did a video on rig. I think someone said they're going to buy rig because of my video. And I got a little nervous because I don't want them to lose money. I did the video at 405 and my price target was about 450. So it's pretty much at my price target. You can add it to the chart. Yeah, I know. You can add it on Yahoo Finance, the RSI. Maybe I'll add it so I can talk about it. That was in October. Well, it was 405. I had it at 456. It's pretty much in that range, 424. But this is probably going to go up a lot. Oil and gas drilling. It seems like anything connected to oil and gas. Do you want me to email you? Yeah, email it to me. Email me, sure. Yeah, I think we need to buy some options on Monday. All these oil and gas stocks are just taking off. What? Fulcrum Therapeutics, PHX, and the mineral stocks too, like Vale and Rio. Delic, I think, is a midstream. But I thought it was Delic Logistics. Maybe it's two companies. Okay, this must be the holding company for Delic Logistics. Alcoa is up 9% today. Ring Energy 9%. Microvision. Did I do a video on Microvision? I did. I did a year ago. A year ago, I did a video on Microvision. It was trading at 12. I said 527. And look at it. It's at 437. You have these YouTube millions of subscribers who talk about value. Like the stuff they talk about is just like stuff you can find anywhere. And I have a lot of videos where my valuation was close. But I guess that's how it is. It's growing. It takes time. Mosaic. Kroger, they went up 7% from earnings. They had earnings yesterday. And Sprouts went up 7%. Erico, that's what I look for now when to buy and sell with momentum stocks. Kroger did they beat their earnings 23%. That's really good. Wood? It seems so. It seems like all these commodities doesn't seem like it matters what commodity. They're all going up. I don't know. I don't really know about timber and forestry how it, the price moves. It is up a lot since COVID and hasn't come down. It's trading at its all-time high. The NAV is 91, so it's trading at a discount to NAV. Do you notice most ETFs trade at a discount to NAV or a premium to NAV? Let's see. What is SPY? That trades also a discount. Not as much. This is a lot more. Right, cash is king. It's definitely the most important thing. Although cash can be kind of like manipulated also. But it's much safer to rely on cash than on the income statement. Well, let's see what stocks went down today. I've been seeing this Cerberus Cyber the past few days. I don't know what it is. It's a small company, 600 million market cap. Is it relative strength index? Is that the right term? Relative strength index or indicator, yeah. I'm gonna add that to my video. So if I add it, then I'll be able to focus on it more than if I. The RSA uses technical analysis that measures the magnitude of recent price changes to evaluate overbought or oversold conditions, and the price is displayed as oscillator and can have a reading from 0 to 100. The indicator was originally developed. Okay. So what's a good stock to look at this RSI? So let's look at Apple, and then we'll go to chart. Okay, and now we'll add the RSI indicator. You can change the colors so they stand out more. The RSI, and that is usually considered overbought when RSI is above 70%. So it was overbought in July. So what's your level at the RSI? Like at what level do you feel it's a good value? Use a 14-day. It's hard to see that line. What? I don't know why it doesn't change. Nothing's bulletproof, but I just want to understand exactly how you use it. So when it crosses below 30, that's your what's a good example? You want to use ticker RSI? Ironically, Rush Street. It's at 33 right now. Okay, BTU. So it's really high BTU, 78. And usage of values of 70 or above indicate that security is becoming overbought or overvalued and may be primed for a trend reversal or corrective pullback. So this is definitely overvalued according to the RSI. Well, it probably moves in unison with the stock price. As you can see, it actually is exactly, the line exactly mimics the stock price, which makes sense. Well, not exactly, but it's really close. Because when people start buying a stock, that's how it goes up. Now it's time to sell, according to the RSI. But you'd have to use additional information. The fact that we're in a war, and at least I feel oil will continue rising. It may even go. I think most of this year it's going to continue rising. But back a couple months ago, there was a couple of good times to buy. It's pretty much if the stock. Yeah, I see. It doesn't move exactly with the stock, but it's pretty close. Shows price action of a stock versus sell. But it's kind of the same. If the stock price goes down, then the RSI will be low. It'll be oversold if the stock price goes down. And if the stock price goes up, it will be overbought. Okay, I need to look at this more. And I mean, do you use this to like buy and sell outside of I think RSI shows price action of a stock versus buy sell orders. Yeah, because it is the same level. It's 80 here and 80 here, but obviously the stock price is a lot higher here than here, and they're both the same RSI. So an 80, if it's an 80 here, you would not buy it because it's the RSI is high. Yet it still went up. But at this 80, it would have been a good time to sell. So this 80 wouldn't have worked, but this 80 would have worked. Shell midstream? Is that oh, Shell. Yeah, Shell's doing well. Wait, why does Shell have? Why does Shell have such little data? Does anybody know? It only goes back to February. Shell, this is like another thing. Like you rely on these websites, but I'm sure it's just a little bug in the system. It's not a major, but you wouldn't have. Maybe if you're a new investor, you might not have known to look at a different website. You might have thought that's all the data. Well, I wonder why it went down. It's down 10%. Oh, it's probably because of that news about Russia. Shell buys Russian flagships Urals oil at a record discount. Shell bought a cargo of Russia's flagship crude at a record discount, underscoring the company's decision to keep buying supplies from the country after its invasion. So I don't think the market reacted well to Shell, undercutting. Oh yeah, thanks for watching it, Erico. Yeah, because I guess Shell said they're not going to deal with Russia, but yet they saw an opportunity to get a good deal. But the market has a short memory, so they forget about these types of things after a few months or a few weeks. $28.50 a barrel below dated Brent, a benchmark for the physical. Shell's continue to buy oil and gas from Russia. Max, thank you. Appreciate it. It's really nice. How much other matter said on Wednesday? The companies in discussions with governments will comply with any change regulation. I guess they just can't avoid getting a really good deal. Trade of such deal is a window. Deal is a window overnight by people. The deep discounts Russia is going to have to sell oil at. It's also the first indication that it will still find some willing buyers that are relying on Urals. The Rosneft, the Russian oil giant, is in major. The company is tendering for the sale of 83 million barrels from Shell's purchase is unrelated to that, but it will also give sense. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. A lot of crazy stuff going to be going on. I wish I had more money, excess cash to invest. I don't want to pull out of the stocks I'm losing. And I don't want to pull out of stocks I'm making money on either. Look at Zim, 14%. I think Zim should do well. I'm not sure what chips they have, Zim. If it's mostly dry bulk or if it's oil and gas. Vessels. It did buy 15 vessels of LNG. LNG. So, yeah. Did anybody know the percentage of ships they have that are transport oil? Because if they have a lot of oil ships, the stock should do really well. I know. I'm actually looking for like a part-time job because I want to just get a little money in because it's killing me not to have money coming in to invest because the market is trading at such a deal now. Atlantis. I didn't do a video on Stellantis. It's in the Netherlands. It's a big company, 49 billion market cap, and they're profitable. Stellantis. I forget what cars they make. Fiat Chrysler. That's it. That was the Fiat Chrysler, and fix it again, Tony. The company headquartered in Amsterdam. Stellantis. It's sixth largest in the world. I wonder how car companies are going to do. I don't know. I just don't see. Would car companies benefit from the war? Like, oil benefits from the war. I get that. Because of the demand, the supply lessens a lot less supply. It's it's pretty much trading at pre-COVID levels, a little higher than pre-COVID levels. So if you feel it was priced appropriately pre-COVID, then it's back to where it was. It peaked in 2018. A PE of 3. So PE is really sometimes I wish they put price to free cash flow on here. It's so much better of a ratio than PE ratio. Well, look at 2021, 8 billion. That's more than it looks good. It looks good. Maybe I'll try to do a video on this. Is what I always look at. How many the trading volume. If it's like at least a few million, then I'll probably do a video. This is in the queue. Sibanye, Stillwater, Vale, PayPal, Appcelera, Chipotle. I don't even know. UGP, PTR, Snap, E. What's E? Is E Trade? Invesco, and then 2 Canadian companies. I did a video on PBR today. It's so undervalued because it's in Brazil. It's but I did a video 3 months ago. It was trading at 9, and I think I had them at like 17. So it is coming up, but they pay a huge dividend. It's like 12.5%. What do you mean stop with the spam at Spotify? I don't spam. I don't know what you're talking about. Do people post my videos on Spotify? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I'm the last person who would do that. Coupon went down a lot today. No, I think because somebody said that and made a comment. It might have been the same person about spamming something. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't probably invest in Brazilian stocks either. I think it's just safe to mostly stick with U.S. stocks. They just seem to go up over time, and other countries just seem really, really volatile. Doximity's down 15%. Upstart is down 15%. Open Doors. Somebody asked me about Open Door yesterday. Yeah. And the more I think about Open Door, the less I like about it. I just can't ever imagine them making money. I mean, Canadian stocks are much less risky than Brazilian stocks. And of course, you don't want to touch Chinese stocks, but there's not much upside. It just they don't seem to go up that much. Canadian stocks or U.S. stocks are the only ones that seem to. I think Germany would probably be second on my list if I was going to pick a German stock. Abseller is Canadian. That's true. Abseller is Canadian. DoorDash went down 12%. My friend owns C Limited, and he was always telling me that for the past few weeks, because he was up well over 100% because it hit 360 just a few months ago. Now it's below 100. C Limited. Taiwan. I mean, Taiwan is they're pretty low credit risk, at least according to the rating agencies. So I wouldn't. I would put Taiwan in the same category as Canada in terms of risk. I mean, it's not major, but Village Accolade. If China invades, it's definitely World War III. Yeah, semiconductor. If you have semiconductor, CEI. I remember I did a video when CEI was like yeah. Camera Energy is hanging on for dear life. It was 325. Okay, I didn't even value it. I couldn't even value it. That's how it was. It wasn't even worth anything. But I showed what their free cash flows would need to be to justify the stock price. But I think I kind of conveyed the message that it's a crap stock, and now it went up today. It's still below $1. Mullen Automotive. Somebody on Twitter tweeted about Mullen. That must be an EV company, right? Yeah, Russia definitely set itself back. Mullen Electric Car Company. There's just so many electric car companies. most of them never even made a car. I wonder if it's really been around this long. They obviously did a reverse stock split. I like Ford for EVs. The market looks to break out. I don't know if it's going to break out anytime soon. I think it could be another. I don't know how long. It's until the war is over almost. It's gonna. I think it's gonna linger on for a while. AMD is down 3%. Ford. It was killing me. I wanted to buy Ford at 4 during COVID, and it kills me that I didn't do it. American Airlines down 7%. NEO's down 6%. Yeah, NEO's been struggling, right? Wasn't it over 100 at one point? I guess not 100, but over 50. Okay, 60 it peaked at. SoFi is down to $10. Wow. $10. I wonder if silver is going to make a run. Now that usually gold is a good hedge during like when a market crashes. Uber went down 6%. Rig is up. Palantir, it's down to 11. I told everybody to get out of Palantir. I mean, I could see Palantir being a bit, being a really big company one day, but I don't see that for a while. Okay, exactly. Look, it was 1280. This was just a month ago, and I had it 962. Okay, it's 1096. So it's about $1 off. You cannot value them using what you did. I'm not gonna compare Palantir to Tesla. Can you please explain your valuation changed? Look, Richard Kaner. Glad you sold. I wish more people will sell to drive the price down for me. Well, I mean, it's working. It's working. It's coming down. Congrats. You can try to persuade yourself you're right. There are several models to assess a company like Palantir. I hope your model is valid. Personally, I believe you made a mistake. I know. What price today? I watched at least 10. $5,200 shares, 79.3. I'll buy more if it goes below 12.50. Below 12.50. Bad move. We all make them from time to time. Yeah, I'm kicking myself. Single stock price. The Palantir, it would be so long before they're ever going to make a profit. I just don't see it. I did take a risk because I normally wouldn't buy a stock like that. Maybe I should have held it on for longer than I did. I think it helps a lot to have a company with a little more transparency. Like, it's really confusing what they do, and they don't have like a person like an Elon Musk, like, that could connect the people. I mean, you don't need. He's like number one in connecting with his audience, but you could even have a person like Warren Buffett or there's a lot of CEOs that people see on TV. They know, they respect. I don't know. It's just like, who knows what's. I mean, I know who the CEO is, Alex Karp. He runs it, but whoever sees him doing anything, I've never seen him anywhere. I don't. You need somebody really outgoing and personable. He's definitely not outgoing. Does anybody own Palantir? IonQ? Do they do what Palantir does? Or they're pre-revenue? Quantum computing hardware and software company. They're developing general purpose trapped ion quantum computer and software to generate, optimize, and execute quantum circuits. I'm sure that makes sense to somebody, but I have no idea what that means or what it does. Oh, it's a SPAC? I guess I could handle, if I didn't understand what a company does, I could handle that if they're making money. So I'm sure they will start making money at one point, but it's kind of like that company, Dark Pulse. Like, it's just so complex in what they do. Did anybody see Dark Pulse? He tweeted about me, the CEO, after I did a video on him, and he said, that we're going to take legal action against you. They said I was lying. I didn't even. It wasn't even that bad of a video. They were really low for a while, like below a penny, and then they shot up to like they went up like 30,000% from that bottom. But it's gonna come back down because it's. I mean, who knows what these companies do, and they don't make money either. They just started bringing in revenue, $3 million. The third quarter, they brought in revenue. Yeah, if you want to see go to my Dark Pulse video, and you can see the CEO commenting. Well, I just took out the part because I made a mistake. Like I said, the numbers in millions, and I said them in millions instead of thousands, because I was reading off Yahoo Finance, which everything's in thousands, and then I went to the company's financials, and I was I was in that mode, so I took that part out. But I mean, I didn't even have to really. Nvidia is down 3%. Exxon's up, of course. Sundial. AMC. They just had earnings. AMC. Was it good, the earnings? They did beat earnings and revenue. So instead of losing 25 cents, they lost 11 cents. And they beat revenue. I guess that's good. AT&T. Pfizer's up. Oh, Facebook. God, it's killing me. It's ridiculous, right? The comments. I mean, it's scary that the CEO of a company would be commenting on a small YouTube channel. It's super interesting. Yeah, I'm sure it could. This is research. Nokia stock is falling. Yeah, I don't think Nokia is ever going to go up again. It's 480. I'm glad I didn't buy. I was thinking about buying. Well, everything's going down pretty much. I think they just have too many shares outstanding. 5.6 billion shares outstanding. Maybe they'll just never get back to where they were. But they have good financials. Like look at their operating cash flow. Look how it went up from 360 million to 2.6 billion. And their free cash flow went from negative to positive 2 billion. Although it's getting worse in 2021. Well, it was 1.3 billion at its peak. Now it's down to 485 million. Revenue was highest in 4Q20. But Nokia has really really important technology. Most phones have Nokia's technology in it. I mean, there's really no Nokia phones anymore like they used to be, but they license out their technology to other companies. Yeah, they should probably change the name. That would help. It's the same thing as Rolls-Royce. People like, they think about the car. So they're thinking, oh my God. But it has nothing to do with the car company. Because Nokia is the largest company in Finland. They supply more jobs, I think, than any company, even including the government in Finland. And at one point, when they were in the year 2000, I think they accounted for 80% of the Finnish stock market. Could you imagine one stock that's worth 80% of the value of the entire market? So that's why I thought it was a good investment, because when you have a company that's so important, that supplies so many jobs in your country, and they still do, they supply tons of jobs. It's kind of like in the US, if you have a company that is so important, they're kind of too big to fail. Like the government just won't let them fail. Yeah, everybody liked Nokia. Those were great phones. But times change, right? They still manufacture phones. Is it HMD Global? Or Nokia? One of the subsidiaries. They manufacture through one of their subsidiaries. It is HMD Global. Yeah, they have a licensing agreement with HMD Global, and they make phones. The company is made up of mobile phone business that Nokia sold to Microsoft 2014. That was like one of the worst acquisitions. Microsoft bought Nokia in 2014, and they just never did anything with it. They wanted to get into the cell phone business, and they lost a ton of money with that. And they bought it back 2 years later. Okay. So it is still Nokia branded. Yeah, Google's probably a good value. It's been coming down since those really good earnings. I mean, it's down almost 10% since their earnings. So this is like, you won't see this with oil. Like, it can't go like that. It can't look like this. Obviously it goes down at times. It's hard to tell in this chart, but it goes up and down. But oil, it has to kind of stay within a certain range. There's no way it could just go straight up like this, or any commodity. Verizon up 1%. GM is down 5.5% today. Marvell had earnings yesterday. They're down 3%. Baba is almost under 100. Could you imagine Baba under 100? Delta is down. Square is down. Gold is up. I wonder how gold's. Oh, Ferrexpo. I did a video on Ferrexpo a while ago. GLD. This is probably doing well, I would imagine. Gold. Yeah, it's trading pretty much at its all-time high. It's up like 20-30%. When Baba was 115, I was like, I bought it at 115. I thought it was ridiculous. I actually bought it 2 days ago at 105. I sold something to buy it. Fisker, another EV company. I don't know. I have to look at it closer, but I mean, it's just so risky, these companies that don't bring in any revenue. I mean, of course, some of them are going to be successful, but pretty much 95% of them will go away. So it's so risky to try to identify the next Tesla or the next big company. But what do they make cars? At least Solo makes cars, like which helps a little bit in your due diligence. But these companies don't even make anything. They're just all in kind of like the build out stage. Launched 2016. Fisker preceded Fisker Automotive. Fisker Ocean electric SUV recycled from vegan materials. The rebirth of Fisker Automotive was basically based on claims developed in peer-reviewed publications in the hand. There's no scientific basis for the extraordinary claims. Fisker announced IPO. Oh, this is a SPAC, right? Okay, which is backed by. There's nothing wrong with investing in companies like this. It's like going to the casino, kind of. There's huge risk, so you're probably not going to make anything, but there's a small chance you'll make a lot. And the purpose of what I do in most videos, I just try to take a company and try to identify that it's undervalued. Like Alibaba, I might say this should be worth 150 a share. Even with all the political risk, it's still worth 150 based on their financials. But when you look at Fisker, like there's no way to know. I mean, it's all guesswork on what they're going to do in the future because there's no information. But I'm not trying to like convince you not to buy it. I'm just saying there's just I'd have no idea like to give an opinion on a company like this. I think NIO. When I was doing a NIO video, it seemed like they had a really good EV charging infrastructure. It seemed like that had much more growth potential than making cars. What is? I'm just can't remember what is. Apple. Was Apple going to buy Fisker? I mean, there's so many rumors. Like, remember that rumor Peloton was going to get acquired? Like, somebody makes this rumor up, and then people think it's true. But why would a company want to buy a company like Peloton? Like, they never make money. And it was Amazon, right? Was going to buy Peloton. I mean, when a company gets acquired, it's generally they're making money. So it's a valuable company. The only way Peloton might get acquired is if there was a competitor that did something similar to them that could that acquiring Peloton, they can grow a lot faster and scale it more than Peloton can because they have the resources and the infrastructure in place. But if a company like Amazon buys a Peloton, they're not going to be spending a lot of time they just want to buy it and then let it run itself and then collect the profits. So I think it's a bad acquisition target. What's that company that Intel bought recently? Tower Semiconductor. They went up a lot. As soon as Intel announced the acquisition, they go up. Usually when a company announces an acquisition, it goes up like 50%. See, Intel acquired Tower. Tower is bringing in revenue that's increasing. They have positive net income and positive cash flow. That makes sense. You'd want to acquire a company like this. Unless if they were losing money and Intel could buy them at a discount, because Intel knows that it's able to work with a company that is in the same field as them and make them profitable. But it's a public company, so you can't buy a public company at a discount because it trades at what it trades at. If it's a private company, Tower, then Intel can offer them whatever they want, and they could probably get it at a cheap price. But you pretty much have to pay a premium anytime you buy a public company, because it was trading at 34, so they have to pay more than 34 because people are already paying 34 for the company. And you can't pay like 10% more or 20% more. At least I've never seen that. Has anybody ever seen an acquisition that was only 10 or 20% above what they were trading at? It seems like it's always around 50% premium. Do you guys know what I mean? That's where goodwill comes from. On Intel's balance sheet, you'll see goodwill for like $1.5 billion. It will be more, I don't know what they have already in goodwill, but there'll be another $1.5 billion once they close the Tower deal because they had to pay that much more to get the company. Activision Blizzard. Yeah. So that's like 30. So it went up $20. I don't know. What was the price? When was it? I think it was around, what's 17 over 64? Yeah, it was 63, then it went up to 80, right? So 27%, which is on the lower side, but I wonder if there's any information on that. What's the average? I don't even know how to. Yeah, but I usually see around 50. That's a common price. Okay. I guess that was but deal is for 95. How could it be 95? It's trading at 81. It can't be 95. It would be 95 then, because the price gets spit up. It is agreed quiet after. Quite accurate. Is it still trading? Oh, I see. Oh, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. Because the deal, there's a decent chance it won't go through. But the stock jumped a lot. It's been pretty much flat since that point. Hey bear, a bear. The H is silent, right? Okay. We hit 80 people a few days ago, and now it's like it's not growing. But yeah, I'm gonna probably sign off and finish up the Petrobras video. But thanks for listening, and hey Ben, I'm signing off. I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna do the raffle on Saturdays. The live stream with the two $20 Amazon gift cards. Okay. See you, cannabis.